Hello, my name is Victor, and we have a different style of video here on the channel. In today's video, I want to talk about Amazon stock. They just reported their earnings this past week. I want to give you my opinion on what happened with the quarterly results, what happened to the stock price afterwards, and then I'm going to provide some projections and give you my overall rating on whether the stock is undervalued, fair, or overvalued. Let's not waste any time and get right into it. Amazon, over the past month, you can see that they were at a high of $234, but then the stock reported their earnings and took a tumble down to $211. But it is fair to say that the stock has recovered a bit over the last week. In all fairness, Wall Street probably realized they overreacted and started to buy up the stock again. And just a little bit on Amazon stock in terms of my personal portfolio. This is a stock I have been wanting to buy for the longest time, and I finally was given the opportunity and pulled the trigger of May of this year. So when I saw that the stock took a tumble after what I believe are amazing earnings, a flag went up in my brain and said, this is another buying opportunity. And let me show you why. And here is what was expected versus what Amazon's results were. When it comes to earnings per share, $1.33 versus 1.68 was their result. An amazing beat. Then we have revenue at $162 billion expected. $167 billion was their result. Again, amazing results here, top and bottom line. And I pulled up their quarterly results here just to have a deeper look, and I'm telling you, this is one of the best ones I've seen throughout this earnings season. $167 billion versus $147 last year, a 13% increase in overall revenue. And that is with general and administrative going down from this time last year by 2.5%. Love to see it. And of course, on the bottom line, $18 billion versus almost $13.5 billion last year, 35% increase. So I know what you might be thinking. If Amazon did such a great job and their earnings were amazing, why did the stock go down? Well, I did a little bit of research and I did stumble across this article from Trefis team, and they're saying, or asking, Amazon stock to $100? That would be more than half of the current price at the moment. Digging a little deeper here on why they're asking or why they believe Amazon stock might be overvalued, and they have three things they list here, and that is slowing growth in its vital cloud division, fierce competition in artificial intelligence, and a high valuation and overarching economic pressures. And to that, I would say that Wall Street tends to have a bad habit of not being able to see the forest for the trees. How are you going to tell me that you're worried about growth in their cloud division? In my opinion, I feel like Wall Street is being incredibly nitpicky here, saying, okay, well, yeah, revenue was up 13% compared to last year and earnings over 30%, but we're going to find this small little section here and we're gonna not be happy about it, and that's why we're gonna send the stock down. Does not make too much sense to me considering how great Amazon has been, beating expectations top and bottom line. I mean, they are known for beating on their earnings. Come on now. Give me a break. Slowing growth, they say. As for the artificial intelligence, I mean, yeah, they do have some major competition with Meta, with Alphabet. But to be fair, I would say that Amazon is doing a much better job when it comes to AI compared to a company like, say, Apple. And I never see Wall Street hating on Apple and how terrible of a job they have done when it comes to AI. So, again, I really don't feel like this is a fair comparison or a fair critique of Amazon. And as far as a high valuation goes, I think I'll take this opportunity to jump into my projections. This is much higher level stuff compared to what I have been introducing in my previous video. So if you have any questions about anything, be sure to leave me a comment down below. I will try and make future videos where I explain things a little bit better. But for now, I just want to go through my process, show you what my thoughts are on the stock. And again, feel free, if you agree or disagree, Let me know in the comments below. The very first thing that I like to do is find out what a fair PE is for a stock. And when it comes to Amazon, over the last 5 quarters, the average PE is 43. When you compare that to the trailing PE of the S&P 500, Amazon stock trades much higher than the overall market. But considering Amazon's growth, I would say that they deserve a higher multiple compared to the market. I mean, just have a look at these earnings estimates. The average estimate for 2025 is $6.57. Next year, $7.57. That would give you a forward PE ratio of 34 for this year and 29 for the year of 2026. Pulling up their 10K, I wanted to see how Amazon has done over the last several years. Not just the last quarter, which is only the last 3 months. I want to see how has Amazon done over a broader spectrum of time. And as you can see here, 2022 was a bit of an odd year. They had negative net income, which is wild for Amazon because, as you've seen, they tend to just knock it out of the park. But when I did a little bit of research here, I saw that this line here, other income, 16.8 billion was used. I wanted to see what exactly happened. What cost them that much money throughout the year? And what I found was that 12.7 billion of that was towards an investment in Rivian. I used to invest in Tesla back in the day, but to be honest with you, I really don't know much about Rivian personally. Maybe if one of you knows more about how that investment is going, let me know in the comments below, but we're gonna keep it moving here for now because as you can see in 2023, Amazon got back to their normal way of doing things. Revenue was up 12%. Let's see here. Operating income was over 200%. So like tripled, 12 billion to 36 billion. Amazing stuff. Going into 2024, again, revenue is up 11%. Operating income is up 86%. And we have some positive net income again, a 94% increase from 2023. I really opted for a conservative 12% increase in revenue for the next 3 years here. Amazon did 13% in this last quarter, and they have done at least 10% since 2022. And also keep in mind that Amazon tends to beat numbers. But again, I'm just gonna go with a very safe 12% here. And as far as net income, I'm a little bit more bullish. Let's see here. Analysts have EPS growth of about 16.5% growth over the next couple of years. I am much more bullish. I think that Amazon will be able to just blow that number out of the water. I'm saying Amazon grows 20% bottom line for the next 3 years, and that's on average. So maybe 1 year is going to be a little bit lower. Some year might be much higher. On average, I'm saying 20% net income growth. By the end of 2027, if I'm wrong, and if Amazon just does terribly, they value out at a 20 PE ratio, I will actually lose money from here. Because at a 20 PE ratio, it would be just over $190. Now, my base case would be Amazon at a 30 PE ratio. Now, keep in mind, remember up here at the top, Amazon historically has been trading at a 43 PE ratio. So these are all incredibly conservative numbers, very much on the conservative side. If Amazon were to be at a 30 PE ratio, by the end of 2026, I would be up 7% from here. If, on the other hand, Amazon is at a 40 PE ratio or more by the end of next year, 2026. That is my bullish case. That is 43% up from here. When you take into consideration 2027, if I'm right, and if Amazon gets back to at least a 40 PE ratio, which is historically what they have traded at. We're looking at 72% positive from where we're at currently. Now again, I'm just some guy on the internet, so always do your own analysis, come to your own conclusions. Don't just buy a stock just because you heard some guy on the internet. Always make your own decisions. But I really like Amazon here. I think that Wall Street realized that they overreacted, and that's why the stock has recovered so well over the past week. You'll see that Amazon over the past year is up 33%, which is absolutely amazing. Again, I started my initial position in May. I want to say it was like late May, so I was probably around the $200 mark. Even here, when I'm above my cost basis, I am still bullish on the stock. I still think that this is a great opportunity to get in. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Thank you so much for everybody who has made it until this point in the video. If you did make it until the end, be sure to give me a like. It helps out tremendously. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.